into the men's heavyweight division. It was only a few years ago that a 5'5" athlete would have been perhaps a lightweight. Instead, he weighs in today at 208 pounds. This is Darryl Terrell. Steve, tell us about the heavyweight division and Darryl.
The heavyweight division consists of athletes weighing over 198.25 pounds up to and including 225.25 pounds. Darryl's 5'5". He packs a lot of muscle on this frame. He took 9th at the USA Championships, and his only reason to be here today is to come here in improved shape.
Definitely a heavyweight. Bodybuilding is definitely a science that has to be mastered over time. Not everyone does it, however. Only the best, and those best make it to the top. This gentleman right here, Gus Carter, is certainly on his way to the top from Arlington, Texas, and he weighed in today at 208 pounds, Steve. He looks a lot bigger than that at 5'7".
He does, Tommy. He is thick, he is big, he has been around for a while. This is the best condition Gus has ever been in, and has put him into the top 5 at the national championship. You can see, according to the NPC criteria, his muscularity is exceptional. It better be as a heavyweight. Look at his shoulders, his triceps, biceps. He has very good symmetry. Everything is in balance on this physique.
I guess if we're looking for the same level of sharpness and muscle separation as we see on some of the bantam and lightweights, we're just not going to find that, generally speaking, on the heavyweights and super heavyweights. The last of our finalists in the men's heavyweight division comes from South Lake, Texas. He's 26 years old, weighed in today at 217 pounds. So far, he's the heaviest of the heavyweights we've seen in the finals, Steve. I'll tell you what, his name Branch certainly doesn't represent his legs. They are definitely tree trunks, without a doubt.
Tommy, you were noticing that most of the heavyweights came in here a little softer than you would have liked to have seen them. Branch isn't. He's very sharp. You can see his calves, his legs. He's separated. The judges are very impressed when an athlete, especially when you're standing side by side, will take note of this and give him higher placings. And he's also very full. Heavyweights are what they're supposed to be, heavyweights.
At 5'6", Steve, he is definitely a heavyweight. A few more pounds, he'd be right there in the super heavyweight division, and at that height, it would be unprecedented. We saw him at the USA, Steve. Is he in better shape here today?
Oh, absolutely. He took 3rd at the USA, and after the earlier elimination round, he is leading this heavyweight division here. Now he's being joined by the other 4 finalists: Doug Jaballee, Darryl Terrell, David Watson, and Gus Carter.
Man, the way this massive wall of muscle is moving towards the judges, I'm not sure if I was in the judges' seat, I wouldn't be up and running by now. Instead, they've got a tough job to do here, separating these athletes into who's going to win this class, Steve.
That's why there is a National Physique Committee criteria for judging these athletes.
Steve, you trained some of the top athletes. What did he need to do to peak it out?
There is no standard answer. Every athlete is different, every body is different, every competition training is different.
Bodybuilding is definitely a science that has to be mastered over time. Not everyone.
Doug Jaballee, 3rd last year, now takes 5th. 4th place is Dave Watson. He was 5th place last year, moves up to 4th. He's on his way.
Definitely an outstanding athlete. There it is in 3rd place. That's going to go to Darryl Terrell. We thought he was a little soft earlier, and it looks like that was the case. The top 2, Gus Carter on the left in the blue, Branch Warren on the right in the black. There it is. Gus Carter is going to take 2nd place. The big leg man is going to win the men's heavyweight division. That's it. Branch Warren takes the heavyweight championship and gets an opportunity at the overall title. Steve, he really came in good shape, didn't he?
Oh, there's no question about it. 3rd at the USA, now to win a pro card at the Nationals. That's an unbelievable feat in 1 year. Tommy, Branch deserves all the credit. He's ready to be a pro. Once this contest is over, anyone who has made the top 5 has a shot at next year's title. It's anyone's race going into those Nationals.
Muscle is definitely the cornerstone of what bodybuilding is all about. Well, you're looking at the cornerstone itself then. The men's super heavyweight division and the first of our finalists in that category. This is Art Atwood from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They call Harley-Davidson's Milwaukee Iron. I'm not sure Atwood is not going to steal that title. At 245, almost 246 pounds, he looks that good, doesn't he?
He looks excellent, and he did it right, Tommy. He went into the Junior USA to get his feet wet at the national level, wins the overall title, but he has to make it through the amateur ranks first.
The audience loves him. There's no question about that, and he certainly has those big legs and guns to carry him through any pro show. All he's got to do is qualify to get there. From Eatontown, New Jersey, that's where our next athlete in the men's super heavyweight division hails from. This is Matt Duval, and Matt is certainly one of the superior athletes in the NPC today. We all keep expecting him to come in and win a national championship, earn himself that pro card, but it doesn't look like he's in the kind of shape here, Steve, that might do it.
No, Matt always falls a little bit short, and I think that's going to happen here today. He was second 2 years ago at the Nationals, and I believe he will be second here today. Why, Tommy? You're right. He is not sharp enough. He's big, he's good, he's got symmetry. If you look at all the NPC criteria, he can put it all together. He can be a great pro.
There's no question about it. They're loving this as much as I am. Take a look now as all 5 of the super heavyweights are on stage. All amateurs vying for one shot at a pro status card.
It was very appropriate to emphasize it like that, Tommy, because that's exactly why they're here, to get pro status. Right in front of us, Chris Martin, who came off that Ironman win to be at the Nationals, is in the top 5. An excellent finish if he finishes 5th. Art Atwood in the black trunks with that awesome side chest. Stokely Palmer showing his tricep. These are the top super heavies in the country. They're going at it. This is the last shot. All the way to the left is Noah Steer, by far the tallest bodybuilder in the competition. You're right, Tommy. He needs a little bit more muscle, but he's still on his way.
He certainly looks like a giant up there. There's no question about that. Is it enough to really get him into the winner's circle here? I don't think so. Not with the type of muscle we're looking at on stage. As I said, with no exaggeration, these are the top amateur bodybuilders in the country, all super heavyweights, all weighing over 225 pounds. Steve, could you imagine more muscle on stage than we're seeing right now?
No, I can't, Tommy, because the lightest athlete on this stage is 235. That's a lot of hard-built muscle in a gym to be on stage right now.
There's no question about it. They're loving this as much as I am. Take a look now as all 5 of the super heavyweights are on stage. I'll tell you what, you might need to build a bigger stage, Steve. They're massive.
In 5th place, Noah Steer, coming into his first national contest, takes top 5. Excellent job by Noah.
Massive man without question, but not quite as much muscle as he needs to get into the top 3.
In 4th place, Chris Martin, coming off the Ironman championships, and also in his first nationals.
To be in the top 5 first time out, man, that's encouraging. It looks like Stokely Palmer, Steve, is going to have to settle for 3rd place. Disappointing, I'm sure, but encouraging as well.
Stokely has the personality to be resilient and come back and try again.
Matt Duval on the left, Art Atwood on the right. Who's going to take this super heavyweight division? Man, this has got to be tough on these guys. There it is. Matt Duval settles for 2nd place, and Art Atwood takes the men's super heavyweight division at the NPC National Championship.
Coming off a 3rd at the USA really put Art in a good place as far as training and knowing what he needed to win a national championship. To set a game plan, stick with it, and accomplish it, and end up as a national champion. And that's ideally how it should work. Matt Duval, Stokely Palmer are always 2 of the favorites to win a pro card at a qualifier. It's just a matter of time.
Now let's take a quick break in the act. And here it is. This is the moment we've been waiting for. In fact, these athletes have been waiting for months for this exact moment. It's the OverAll Championship pose down here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Bodyonics Pinnacle NPC Men's National Bodybuilding Championship.
All the athletes we're looking at right now are professionals. They have just earned their pro card by winning their weight classes. Right here, Johnny Jackson, our light heavyweight, is the buzz of the contest, and they believe will win the overall title. Branch Warren, the heavyweight, is standing in his way with all that muscle. Standing next to him, the super heavyweight, Art Atwood, hitting a great side tricep. You can see there is not that much difference between them. That's why there are 11 judges, and they are the ones to decide by using the NPC criteria who will walk away the national champion.
Classic historic blunder in bodybuilding. Franco Columbu going head-to-head against Arnold Schwarzenegger for the Mr. Olympia title. Actually stands next to Arnold and hits a double bicep up against Arnold's unbelievable double bicep pose. Big mistake. Franco should have stayed with his most muscular and lat spread. Those 2 poses might have won the Olympia for him. Well, these athletes have learned from history they won't be making that mistake.
There's no question about that, Tommy, because they have gone through overall pose downs before to get here.
Awesome physique, these guys could all go home as champions today, and will. Only one, however, will be this year's NPC national champion. That's the kind of momentum needed to carry you through to the Olympia Championship. There he is, Vince Taylor, holding that incredible trophy. Man alive, that's the one you want to take home right there. Incredible. Jim Mannion, president of the National Physique Committee, waiting for that announcement to be made so he can personally congratulate our new champion. And I know this is a dramatic moment for all these athletes. Their hearts are pounding. Who's going to go home with that trophy? Who's going to put it up on their mantle? There's only one more announcement to be made. Let's listen as our MC makes it.
Our overall bodybuilding champion for 2001, Johnny Jackson.
There it is, man. Our light heavyweight champion, Johnny Jackson, takes the overall Body-Onyx Pinnacle NPC Men's National Championship title and a fantastic trophy. Look at him. He looks like he's going to pass out from the excitement and perhaps from the sheer exhaustion of the entire event. What an exciting moment. Man, we've got a new national champion. He's a light heavyweight, but he is going to do some damage in the pro ranks when he gets out there against the likes of Vince Taylor, who's had the pleasure of presenting the trophy to this new champion, along with the president of the NPC, Jim Mannion, and to our far left, Steve Carroll, the promoter of many spectacular bodybuilding events, including